Good afternoon, everyone. If you can hear me, say welcome, Broz. Okay, that means you can hear me loud and clear. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we'll be looking at where we stopped at yesterday in our live section. So please, if you have not watched yesterday video, I advise you to go back and make sure you watch everything, the part 1 and the part 2. I believe this is the part 3. It's an hour class. I'll just be doing brief calculation strictly on this class. So let's dive in, sit down and listen very, very carefully. Now, I'll start with IJK vector, where I stopped yesterday. For some people that don't understand, IJK unit vector. Now, this play a very important role in physics 101 or 111. So in mechanics, vector play a very important role. So please, anytime you're solving vector, make sure you understand this thing. So today I'll bring a little mathematics or a topic in mathematics known as metrics when we are doing the cross product. I believe everybody can hear me. If you can hear me, say continue. Okay, let's continue. Now, IJK unit vector, we did something like this. Where here the angle is notified as gamma, beta, and alpha. So let me call this beta, let me call this gamma, let me call this alpha. And it has its unit vector, which is what? J here, K, and I. Please take note. Now, we have the X, the direction X, Y, and Z. Is that taken down? We are recapping what we did yesterday in our live section. Now, the next thing, I told you something that one of the rules you should know that the anti-clockwise is always positive when you are doing the cross or the dot product. So we did some rule for both cross and dot products. Now, for the dot product, we say I dot I is equal to 1. J dot J is equal to 1. K dot K is equal to 1. Now that's the first rule we looked in. The second rule was I dot J is equal to 0. We have J dot K is equal to 0. And we have K dot I is equal to 0. Now these are the dot product rule which you need to know. Now we move over to the cross product rule, and we said when we are going anti-clockwise, it will give us a positive result. Now what do I mean? I cross J will give us positive K, and we say J cross K will give us positive I, and we say K cross I will give us positive J. And that was the first rule. And the second rule, we say that if we go the clockwise, this is the anti-clockwise. Anti. If we go the clockwise, which is this. If we go the clockwise, it will give us a negative result. Please take note. Now, the clockwise is saying J cross I is equal to minus K. I cross k is equal to minus j. K cross j is equal to minus I. So this is for the anti-clockwise and the clockwise. This is clockwise, clockwise, and clockwise. Now, if these two products or if these two unit vectors are crossing each other, it automatically giving us 0. So I cross I is equal to j cross j is equal to k cross k is equal to 0. So this is the previous work we did yesterday, and this is how we did it. So for those that miss, this is one of the most important branch of vector, unit vector. Now, what's the next thing we'll be looking at is, after this, I said that we did some components for A and B, and we did some calculation without any number. But today we'll be looking at an example where we'll be looking at numbers, calculating these guys in numbers, so that you understand when you see it in your exam, you can try to solve it and know what you are doing. Is that okay? If you understand, say, I understand. Okay, let's move on. Now, we'll be doing some examples today in past questions, in some textbook and online questions. So we'll try some past questions and some problems in vector, IJK unit vector. And I'm going to try so many questions as possible so that you might understand, or you understand what we are talking about. Now, page 2. The first question is given as, given that two vector A is equal to I plus 2j minus 3k, and B is equal to 2I minus these 2, please take note, 3j plus 4k. Find the following. Find the following. I, A plus B, I, A minus B, I, 3A plus 2B, IB, C such that 2A minus 3B plus C is equal to 0. V, A dot B, VI, A cross B. If you want me to continue, say right on. Okay, let's continue. Now, solution. What we did yesterday, let's put it in number way and check what we can have as our answer. Please take note, you need to be very, very careful when solving vectors. One of the major reason in solving vectors, or one of the major problems when it comes to solving a vector, is always sign problem. You might solve it and you think you are correct, but the sign the sign, after solving it, you see that you make some error in putting the sign in order. That's why I did something yesterday like minus times minus is equal to plus, minus times plus is equal to minus, plus times minus is equal to minus, plus times plus is equal to plus. Now, this will help you when solving anything related to vector. And I'll be introducing a topic in mathematics known as metrics. So pay very close attention when solving for A cross B, that's A times B. Now I'm going to start with A plus B. So let's dive in. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share to your colleagues while you are live. So let's dive in. A plus B is equal to, what's my A? My A is I, remember this is 1I, plus 2J minus 3K, plus bracket open, 2I minus 3J plus 4K, bracket close. So the first thing I told you guys yesterday in our live section, you should open brackets. That's the first method. So I'm going to open the bracket of this and I'll have I plus 2J minus 3K plus, if I multiply this positive or true, I'll still have everything inside the bracket. So this will be 2I minus 3J plus 4K. Hope you understand that part. So let's move into this next part. We collect like terms. Very important. So my I, here's another I. This is another I here. Plus, you carry the sign and the one having I similar to the I here. So plus what? 2I plus 2J, which is this, minus 3J minus 3K plus 4K. Remember I said be careful with the sign. Any mistake you are making from here, everything you are solving will be wrong. So therefore, let's add this guy. We'll have 3I, 2J minus 3J will be minus J. 2 minus 3 is what? Minus 1. So minus 3 plus 4, that will be what? Plus K. So this will be our answer. You see that there's no difference from this and what we did yesterday. The only difference is that this one comprises of number, while the other one was just a component we are using to give as an example. Do you understand? Say yes, I understand, so I can continue. Don't say you understand when you don't understand though. Make sure you ask questions so that we can continue. So that's for page 2. Now the next thing we'll be solving is A minus B. A minus B. Now A plus B, you can see that it's very simple because the positive bracket here, everything here is going to be the same value. But when we are multiplying the outside here, we'll be having this minus will be affecting everything inside B. So let's dive in as we check the problems for number 2. So we have page 3 and we have A minus B, which is II. So therefore, this will be equal to, let's write down the vector for A. I plus 2J minus 3K minus bracket open B, 2I minus 3J plus 4K, bracket close. Now let's open up the bracket. First thing first. So my I plus 2J minus 3K minus times plus here will give us minus 2I, minus times minus here will give us plus 3J, minus times plus here will give us minus 4K. You can see the difference between this guy here and this guy here. There's a big difference. The minus outside is affecting everything inside. That's why we have something like this to help us understand what we are doing here. Now, what's the next step? So the next step here is we collect like terms. So therefore, my I minus 2I. So sometimes it's better you cross it so you don't get confused. And due to time, when solving problem in your exam, you need to be very, very fast. So plus 2j plus 3j minus 3k minus 4k. So therefore, this will be equal to what? I minus 2i. This will be minus I as 1 minus 2. So we say plus 2 plus 3. We have 5j. We have minus 3 minus 4. You add both sides and maintain negative sign. So this will be minus what? 7k. So this will be our final